Peace and blessings, Mishpacha. Yes, Yom Ravi'i. This is the fourth day. I'm Melchi Uriel, and we're back with you. I'm happy to be back with you, family. I'm happy to be back on live, be here with you, having fun talking about the eternal truths that are found in the Tanakh. Yes, talking about those eternal truths that we live by. And what is interesting, and you know what, and see, I'm getting ready to start already, but we're going to start in just a second. Peace and blessings to you, each and every one. We are getting ready. Grab your Tanakhs. We're going to be talking about meditation and the self. Meditation and the self may get a little deep, so hey, grab your notebooks, grab your Tanakhs, and let's dig in.
Malkia Uriel. See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root out and to pull down, to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant.
We are back with you. Peace and blessings to you, each and every one. May the Most High bless you. May He smile upon you. For those of you that are new to this channel, I'm Melchi Uriel, and yes, that is my name given to me in Hebrew. And of course, I'm here to discuss some truths regarding the Word of the Most High, regarding the Tanakh, as it relates to meditation and the self. We serve you notice that we are going to be dealing with the Word of the Most High, the true scriptures, as is denoted in the Tanakh, and we will not be venturing forth except to maybe show you a thing or two by means of example of what not to do and what not to be into the Christian New Testament. This is not the Word of the Most High. The Christian New Testament is not the Word of the Most High. I will say it again, it is not the Word of the Most High, though it lends its credibility from the Tanakh and so has been placed at the end of the Tanakh. But that is a discussion for another day. We're going to be using the Word of the Most High as is found in the Hebrew Bible, as is found in that which is called the Scriptures, from what Christians have called from Genesis to Malachi, but what the Hebrew Bible is within itself, from Bereshit or Genesis all the way through to 2nd Chronicles. Without the reordering, without the manipulation of chapters and verses, we stand upon the Tanakh. And so, that being the case, let's get into our topic, let's get into our subject at hand. But just before we do, let me just tiptoe over into the chat room here, and let's just take a look-see at who we might have with us as of right now, right? As of right now, we understand that individuals are coming in. Peace and blessings to you, my brother. And as always, it seems as if we have more watching than we do in the chat room. And of course, our chief moderator is here, my brother from another mother, talking about Bergen Paris himself. And we know that others are coming in. And so let's do this. Let's dig in. And let's go ahead. And I know as it gets warmer out, I know some people are going to be like, hey, I'm doing the summer thing. Hey, well, I understand. It's been a long time coming for many of us, but hey, let's go ahead and let's go into the Word of the Most High, and let's begin to deal with this. Let's begin to deal with this. Peace and blessings to you, Josh and Penny. Peace and blessings to you, my family. Love you guys. And thank you for that. Thank you for reaching out to me today. I was just so busy that I could not respond, but peace and blessings to you. Let's do this and let's go into the Word of the Most High and let's spend some time together there as we talk about this subject. Now, what I want to do is I want to begin by making a statement that is definitely true, above and beyond the shadow of a doubt. And I will say this to you flat-footedly. I will say this to you boldly. I will say this to you without apology. All religion is false. It is a lie. It is wicked. All religion is false. It is wicked. And its aim and purpose is to deceive and to manipulate. I've said it. I will say it again. All religion, and I'm talking about mainstream religion, I'm talking about organized religion, it is all a lie. It is all meant to deceive. It is all meant to actually to swindle you. Okay, now wait a minute. I know many people will hear this about religion. Oh, he's talking about tithes. He's talking about, and even though that applies, I am fully convinced, above and beyond the shadow of a doubt, that religion within itself, I'm talking about the man-made religions, they are all designed to abstract from you, to grab from you, to receive from you that which is desired, which is diligence, obedience, control, and money. Okay? Diligence, obedience, control, and money. And there's other factions of that. There's other facets and faces, and there's other things to that. But bottom line of it is, all religions come to do is to take you away from who you are in reality, to take you away from the truth that you are. I will say it again. All religions come to take you away from the truth that you are. Now, let me just go here for a second, and I need to ask you some questions. And maybe you felt like me. Maybe you have felt this way in the past. And so you ask yourself questions like this. How come there's so much confusion in the world? How come there's so much turmoil and negativity and, evil in the world, despite all of our religious efforts and despite all of our churches, especially in the hood, churches on just about every other corner, a Baptist church, a non-denominational church, a Church of God in Christ, a Pentecostal church, you have it, Methodist, Episcopal, you name it. You got churches everywhere. It seems as if you can't throw a rock in any direction without hitting a church. Churches are everywhere, but yet society is still corrupt. Governments are corrupt. The land I'm telling you, it's as if things are getting worse and worse socially. And it's as if, despite the fact that there are so many churches and despite the fact that there are so many religious organizations, why is it that the world is not a better place? Why is it that the world has not been healed of all of her evils, has been healed of all of her pains, has been healed of all of her woes? Why is it that with all this churching going on, with all this praying on Sunday mornings and hick-a-messiahing and kicking over carpet and dancing all over the place, why is the world still in such a bad shape? Why is that? And another question we may ask is, why in the frog legs are we still in such confusion over a number of different things? We are still in such confusion over who the Most High really is. Who is God? Who is the Most High? And what does He require of us? Many of us are still in such oblivion, and we're asking so many questions, and we just simply do not know. And there's still so much confusion despite all of the near-death experiences that have come back and given their testimony, despite what all the churches and their doctrines say. As a people, as a group of individuals on this place we call earth, many of us, we are still so confused. It is as if we're still searching for truth, scratching and searching for truth, and just simply don't know. It's like we really don't know. Everyone's walking around with a big, huge question mark, okay, over their heads, and yet we have all this religion. We've got all these teachers and preachers, and we have all these degrees and all of these books. Why is it that no one seems to yet know anything? Why is it that we don't seem to truly know anything, but that we're yet and still believing that we're doing the right thing? And then when we die, we lay upon our deathbeds, as I have seen some do, lay upon their deathbed and really begin to second guess and question their religious life, the life that they lived on this earth. Why is it that we are just seemingly, we're just afloat in a sea of uncertainty? It's almost as if we're just literally floating on a sea of uncertainty, bobbing with every wave, with every, bump, every wind blow. It seems as if we ourselves are victims. I don't want to say of our own modern concepts of God and religion, but it seems as if we are victims of the very works of humanity. I want to take you back to this, if you will. Okay, I want to take you back to this, and you know what? I don't want to be accused of not showing you the truth. I don't want to be accused of not showing you the word of the Most High. But I want to take you to a place that I think, as a beginning, is going to help us in this particular session where we're talking about this, okay? And I want to remind you of something. So let's go in. We're going to go to Bereshit, or Genesis, the 3rd chapter and the 1st verse. And notice what it reads. It reads, "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which Yah Elohim had made. And he said to the woman, Yea, hath Elohim said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall look, you ain't really gonna die. He didn't mean it like that. For Elohim knows that in the day that you eat thereof, look, I'm telling you what's gonna happen. Your eyes are gonna be open, and you shall be as Elohim, knowing good and evil. You shall be as Elohim, knowing good and evil." And so I want you to just stop here for a moment. And I want you to look at something, because in a nutshell, this is religion, okay? This is religion, and we're going to touch upon the difference between religion and that which is truly existing before the Most High, truly existing before Yah. Notice what we read here, in that the woman took the fruit in hopes of what? What was her main hope? What was her main goal? What is it that she wanted? She heard the serpent say, "And ye shall be as Elohim." You're going to be like Elohim. Okay? If we bring this into the Hebrew, and just to take a look at it, Ki Yodei Elohim Ki Beyom Akelkem, in the day that you eat. Okay? It says, because you're going to know you're going to know Elohim, because in the day, you're going to be like Elohim, because in the day that you eat, okay, in the day that you eat, you are going to, basically what he's saying is that your eyes, okay, and this word here, when nifkehu ainaikem, your eyes are going to be open. Not only are they going to be open, but it's almost, in fact, look, let me share with you what this word is. Because your eyes are going to be open, okay? Your eyes are going to be open. Your ears are going to be open. In other words, you're going to be enlivened in the sense of your ability to perceive, your ability to see, your ability to know. And basically, this is saying that not only are your eyes going to be open and your ears are going to open, but if you notice here, there's going to be a blossoming. You see, there's a blossoming, and it makes it. It gives you the picture of something opening up and something coming into its fullness. And so this is what got the attention of the woman, okay? Because she wanted to be like the Most High. She wanted to be like him, okay? But in this we find religion itself. What do you mean? Here we find religion. Notice what it reads here. The serpent is saying, do this and you're going to be like God, and you're going to know good and you're going to know evil. Now, I contrast that as we go back into the scriptures and just take a look, okay? And I want you to see something here. We understand that man was created, right? Look at 1 and 26, 25 and 26, right? But we can go to 26. And Elohim said, let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let them have dominion. Mankind, and I've made this point before, but now I want to contrast it with religion. Adam and Eve were already created in the image of the Most High, and they were created in the likeness of the Most High. Understanding that in Bereshit chapter 1 verse 26, when it talks about the Selem of the Most High, of Elohim, okay, to be exact, the likeness is in reference to, it's expounding upon or expanding the image of the being in the image of the Most High, right? But we find that we could not help but to be like the Most High, because he breathed into us his spirit, and therein lies the greater degree, the lion's share of likeness between us and the Most High. It's not just what we look like, but when he breathed into us, we then had the capacity to a greater, or actually to a much lesser degree, think like and exhibit the attributes of the Most High. So wait a minute. If we're already like the Most High, when we get to Bereshit, the 3rd chapter, and we begin to understand that the serpent says, in order for you to be like the Most High, I want you to know that all you have to do is do this. Do this, and you're going to be like the Most High. Do this, and that's all you need to do in these 3 easy steps. Just do this, and you're going to be like the Most High. Now, granted, she did eat, and yes, a dimension of her perception was changed, and yes, she did know some things, and in fact, her eyes were open to evil. Isn't that interesting? Many of us going into these religions, we discover, and once we've been disillusioned and we come out of them, we discover that really, we may have gone into these religions thinking that, we're there for pure purposes. We just want to know God, and we come to, and that's all good. That's pure and fine and dandy. But as your eyes begin to open to the evil and the wickedness that's there, right? At first you thought Reverend Fatback was the most holy man you have ever seen, and he could do no wrong. And next thing you know, years down the road, you find out Reverend Fatback was doing a whole bunch of things that would be condemned, not just in the eyes of men, but also in the eyes of the Most High. And then we get disillusioned from church. In the beginning, we thought everyone in church was quote unquote saved, right? Everyone was religious, everyone was going to heaven. Oh, this is just so great. I'm in this fellowship of all these people that, oh man, we all going to heaven. And then your eyes become open and you see that they are some of the lowest life, gut bucket, low energy people that you know, people just like on the street, right? And your eyes become open to that. Well, Eve's eyes became open to that. She bit the fruit, right? According to the narrative, she bit the fruit, and then her eyes were basically open to the other side of the coin, which was evil. And this happens in religious systems where you go into them thinking, oh man, this is great. Oh man, I'm really going to get to know God. And next thing you know, here you are, even though you may have had some good experiences, right? Heard some good music, had some good emotional moments and crying tears, but then your eyes become open to all the wickedness and all the other things, and you begin to understand, people in church steal just like other people steal. People in church gossip and talk about each other just like other people do. Oh wow, man. And then then you come awakened to the point of like, wait a minute, okay, I was doing better when I wasn't dealing with these kind of people that are stabbing me in the back and doing me wrong. And I heard someone say there's no hurt like church hurt, right? Well, and then you add to that the simple fact that you begin to think, the Most High is not confined to the walls of this church. I can find him anywhere. And the next thing you know, you are well on your path to disillusionment and you're walking away from the man-made religion. So where are you going with this? I thought you'd ask. One of the things that I feel is a great answer to the questions that I raised. How is it that we're still in confusion? How is it that we're still in this situation? How is it that we are yet and still where we are, despite all of our religious antics and dressing up for Sunday morning, going to Sunday school, how is it that humanity itself is still in the same position that it was before, all of this religious stuff, okay? And we're not even going to talk about religion and the government and the use of politicizing religion and so forth and so on. We're not even going to talk about that. Mixing it with a little patriotism. No, we're not going to talk about that. So what then is the answer? What then is the solution? We'll talk about it in just a second.
Hi, I'm Melchior Uriel, and I'm so delighted to meet you. I'm glad that you stopped by. I'm glad that you're curious, and I'm glad that you clicked on the video.
So what is the solution? Well, like me, you probably wondered, how come we don't have a set of instructions, right? We don't have a set of instructions that will, tell us once and for all what the truth is. and what we should do, where we should go, and all of that stuff. We don't seem to have a set of instructions. Well, let's tap into the Word of the Most High, and let's deal with this in the next few moments, and let's talk about this, okay? Because what I want you to see and what I want you to understand, that there is a way that you can know. There is a way, okay? And I'm going to share that with you. And yes, as you may have guessed, it does involve meditation. Let's do this, and let's go into the scriptures. Let's go into what I really want to share with you. And give me just a second here. Let me grab. I want to grab a couple of things here. I want to grab some scriptures, and then we're gonna get right into it, okay? Let's do this, and let's go here. We're gonna start right here. Coming from Psalms 4:4, it reads, "Stand in awe and sin not." When you look at the Hebrew, it means to stand in a state of trembling and amazement, okay? Having your heart aware of what is going on around you and the power of the Most High that you're connected to. And notice what else it reads in the second clause of this scripture. Commune with your own heart upon your bed and be still. Now, I'm going to share with you why this is deep, and I'm going to share with you why this is the answer. I'm going to share with you why. Notice what it says here. It says, commune with your own heart. It doesn't say commune with Reverend Fatback. It doesn't say commune with Missionary Goodlittle. It doesn't say commune with any other religion. It says, you know what you need to do? You need to commune with your own heart upon your bed. Now, we can look at this bed, this mention of the bed, metaphorically, or we can look at it as a place of rest. But notice what is being suggested here is that you commune with your own heart upon your own bed and be still. And because this is a spiritual endeavor, because this is a spiritual activity, offer the sacrifices of righteousness and put your trust in Yah. So the prescription is for you not to go running to another church, another denomination, another this, another that. But the prescription is for you to commune with the Most High in your own heart. Wait a minute. What do you mean commune with Him in my own heart? If you take the word of Reverend Fatback, now I'm telling you right now, there's been a bunch of Reverend Fatbacks that have told many a tale, and that have, and even for those that haven't told tales, they have an understanding that is limited. Okay? Now, granted, you and I do too, right? But here's my point. If you are sitting at their feet waiting for them to tell you everything that is right, everything that is true, everything that is good, then you're only going to progress so far and so fast, because he's giving you only what he knows, only what he understands. I'm talking about Reverend Fatback. Now, I did know someone who, his name was not Reverend Fatback, but to look at him, you'd understand, yep, that definitely is Reverend Fatback. And I'll never forget, he came to this particular church and he preached, and he came back again and he preached. Well, the next thing you know, everyone was saying, well, hey, how come we haven't seen, that guy? Well, I'm going to still call him Reverend Fatback. And they said, well, he had to leave town very quickly because they found out that he was a child molester and he had been messing with parents' kids. And so he had to leave literally in the middle of the night or something very close to it because the authorities were after him. These are the things that you run into when you put your trust in a Reverend Fatback. But notice what the prescription is. What you need to do is you need to commune with your own heart upon your own bed. Wait a minute. I think that the ancient writers may be onto something. Why? Because at the end of the day, now let's just stop and do the math. Let's crunch the numbers. At the end of the day, you are going to be, in a sense, judged by the Most High. And guess what? It's going to be you standing there in a conversation, in a judgment session, or however that plays out. You're going to be the one that's there. Reverend Fatback is not going to be there. No one, your mother's not going to be there. No one's going to be there but you. And at the end of the day, it's going to be you answering for your level of spirituality, your truth, and the things that you have done. It's going to be you answering the questions. What did you do and why did you do it? In order for you to be successful and to come through that experience, you must have a grip and a hold on who you are and what you are doing, and know what your connection is to the Most High, and for you to walk in that connection with a sense of pure, with a pure conscience, okay, knowing that you are walking in the ways of truth and in the ways of righteousness as it is found in the Tanakh. And I'm going to tell you this point blank. At the end of the day, it's just you and the Most High. At the end of the day, you are walking with the Most High. Granted, you may have a significant other. All praises to the Most High. They're there with you. They're helping you walk out your walk. But at the end of the day, you're going to stand before the Most High all by yourself. Your significant other, your loved one, is not going to be there. You're going to have to stand all by yourself, giving answers to why it is that you have done what you've done and you've lived how you've lived. At the end of the day, it's going to be you and the Most High. So what does this have to do with religion? And what does this have to do with meditation? Well, notice what it reads here. As you commune with your own heart upon your own bed, which metaphorically we could say in your own situation, right? In the bed that you've made for yourself, okay, or it could be your place of rest, literally. Commune with your own heart. Commune with your own heart. What do you mean commune with your own heart? Well, let's take another look at this. When I remember, this is Psalm 63:6, when I remember you upon my bed and meditate on you, Most High, in the night watches, because you have been my help, therefore in the shadow of your wings will I rejoice. So this experience of you meditating and you communing upon your own bed is a spiritual activity where you are meditating and you are allowing your consciousness and your inner self to embrace the Most High, okay, and to commune with the Most High in a level of communion, okay, where communion is the place where there is common union between you and the Most High. Now, wait a minute. Let's stop and think about that for a second. What place is there where you have common union with the Most High? Well, we were already there. We already talked about it, and these scriptures are alluding to it. But as we take a look once again at Bereshit 1, okay, we know that we're created in His image and in His likeness, right? We did share that with you, okay? I want you to see the scriptures where I'm at. But also at the same time, Notice what it reads in Genesis 2 and 7. And Yah Elohim formed man of the dust of the ground, and he inbreathed into the nostrils the breath of life, and that individual became a living soul. The element of common ground between you and the Most High is the spirit that he inbreathed into you. That is the common ground. That's where you touch the Most High, and that's where the Most High touches you. It is ground zero. It is that place of communion where your spirit that came from the Most High remembers. In other words, it is able to reach and connect and then bring that back as a part of you. That's what remembering is. You are making something a member of your being once again. You're making something a member of you once again. And when you remember the Most High and you remember what he's done, you remember that you come from him, you remember all of these truths, you are then in a place where you can have common union. You're embracing once again that common union between you and the Most High. And this activity is what takes place in the kind of meditation that the Most High wants us to embark on. Again, this meditation in the Tanakh, it is not meditation that empties the mind of everything, right? But it's the kind of meditation that infills the mind and the soul with the word of the Most High, the Tanakh, and the Most High himself. Now, what I love about this is Dawid HaMelech, he says, you know what? As we go back into Psalms 63 and 6, he says, when I remember you upon my bed and meditate on you in the night watches. He says that there's something that happens to me when I do that. He's saying that there's something that happens to me. What happens to me is that, you know what? He says, you've been my help, therefore I'm going to continue to rejoice in you. But when I meditate upon you, okay, upon my own bed, as it read in Psalms 4 and 4, he's letting you know that as he meditates upon the Most High in the night watches, that there is something that takes place. Look at this. Look at Psalms 77 and 6. Notice what it reads. I call to remembrance my song in the night. I commune once again. I commune with my own heart. I am in communion with my own heart, and my spirit made a diligent search. This is a spiritual activity. This is a spiritual activity. And just as I said before, I am a firm believer that as we are able to do something physically with our bodies, whether it be going to the car, starting the car, I mean, whatever physical activity it is, with the same level of accuracy that we move our physical body, I believe that there should also be a spiritual exactness, a spiritual excellence, if you will, where we're able to do things spiritually just like we can do things in our body. And this is one of them, and it's called meditation. And this is, as you can see here, Dawid HaMelech said, I call to remembrance. I'm calling, once again, I'm making something a part of me that was once a part of me, but I'm going to go get it again. It works like this. Have you ever heard a song from back in the day? I'm talking about what remembrance is and how to remember. Remember something like a song from back in the day. It may have played and you're like, man, I haven't heard that song, in so long. And as you listen to the song, it's as if you're taken back into that time. You're taken back into that day. You're taken back into that era. And what's happening is you are connecting yourself with those things from yesterday. Okay, you're connecting yourself with them, and they're becoming a member of you once again as you go and get those things mentally using your imagination. Well, that is called remembrance, when you make something a member once again of your mental faculties, and it becomes a part of your emotional and spiritual and mental disposition, and it has become something that is connected to you once again. We are made to be able to remember many different things. It just so happens that many of us have been programmed by one way or another, or a number of things rolled together, where we just remember the negative. We draw ourselves back towards negative thoughts, negative things, negative experiences, where we're calling ourselves names, we're remembering where we failed, we're remembering where we messed up, remembering what we did wrong, remembering when we were embarrassed, remembering all of these things. It's like we have been tuned to use this tool in the negative, okay, to make ourselves feel like we're less, to feel as if we're nothing, to feel as if we're so far away from where the Most High wants us to be. And you're using the tool, but you're doing it in the wrong way. Remember when Dawid HaMelech was speaking to Shaul? When David was speaking to Saul? Saul tried to give David his armor. He said, man, let me help this boy. This boy's going to go out and fight this giant. Let me help this boy. I got to do something. So Saul tried to put his armor on David. Now, Saul trusted in his armor, and he just assumed that David would feel as he felt. But no, when Saul tried to put his armor on David, David stopped him. So wait a minute. Let me tell you a thing or two. He said, I was out in the field and I was watching the sheep. You see, I don't need your armor. And I fought a bear, and I took the sheep out of the bear's mouth, or out of the lion's mouth. And he said, I fought a bear. Now listen, you got to be a bad something other to fight a bear. You've got to be a bad something other to fight a bear and win. David said, I fought the bear, right? And he says also a lion came up, and guess what? I fought off the lion. So he says, I don't need your armor, okay? I have my own tools. I know what I can use. I don't need what you have. David then went to Goliath, not with Saul's armor. If David went with Saul's armor, he would have lost. But what did he do? He went with what he knew. He went with what he could count on. He went with what he trusted. And he went. And notice what he did. He remembered. When he was standing before Goliath, David brought to remembrance. In other words, he connected himself with the incident with the bear and the incident with the lion. And then he said, you know what? This Goliath is going to be the same way. It is through remembrance, and dare I say through meditation, that we gain inner strength and we have the ability to do what we could not do. This then is the missing element. This is something that is missing from all of us, and that we do not remember and commune with the Most High and draw from Him those things that we need, okay, on our own beds, communing with our own heart. I'm going to give you one more scripture, and then I'm going to say something that hopefully will encapsulate all of this. Notice what it reads here in Psalms 77, verses 11 through 12. I will remember the works of Yah. Surely I will remember thy wonders of old. I will meditate also of all thy work, and talk of thy doings. He says, I'm going to remember your works. Because to be honest with you, sometimes we do forget. Sometimes we do forget. I read in the Tanakh, and I read how the Most High did things for our foreparents when they were in the wilderness. And I'm like, man, how could they forget that? I mean, how in the world could they forget manna raining from heaven? How could they forget the Most High being on the mountain and the fire how could they forget all of that? How could they do that? It's easy. We do it all the time, right? You're not thinking every moment of the day. You're not thinking about how the Most High, delivered you that one time, or you were hungry and somebody gave you something to eat. You don't think about those moments all the time. It's not always on your mind. And just like that, the children of Israel also forgot. And dare I say, they may have entered into the sin of familiarity, where like, yeah, the Most High is with us. Yeah, okay, we cool. In other words, it's not new anymore. It's just something that's, yeah, and Most High, yeah, And so they stop seeing, and they stop remembering, and they stop communing with the Most High from their own hearts upon their beds. And it just became same old, same old. And this is what I'm going to say to encapsulate all of this. We have been given the laws of the Most High as the writings of our heart. In other words, we have received, the Most High has written within us His law and His will. And it is this that we need to pull upon more so than anything, and commune with the Most High from within, and not put our faith, our trust, our hope in men, but rather to put our faith, trust, and hope in the Most High that is in you, that is even living life as you through your flavor of personality and individuality. You are connected with the Most High. You are connected to Him on a very deep level. And you are experiencing life because the Spirit of the Most High is within you. And you can use that Spirit that is within you as a point of connection between you and the Most High, and then begin to glean all that you can from the Most High through that inner connection. And as you commune upon your own bed, and you just by simply going and get whatever experience that is through means of imagination and remembrance, you then will connect with that you have perhaps years down the road. I mean, years and years ago, you probably forgot, or you probably, but you can go get it just like that. Simple thought, simple remembrance, you can go get it. And you can commune with the Most High by simply rehearsing what He has done, and rehearsing the fact that the very life that you live is because of the Most High. He's in you. You are connected to Him. And in that connection is all the instruction you need. All the instruction you need. You don't need man-made religion. You need the experience that the Most High gives you as you commune with Him. I'm going to say the last thing that I said again. You do not need man-made religion. You need to spend time and commune with the Most High that is already within you. Okay? It is His Spirit within you. He's written His law in your heart. Commune with the Most High. Commune with the Most High. I'll be right back. When I come back, I'm going to open up the chat room, and yes, I'm going to see what you guys are asking about. I'm going to see what you guys are saying. Be right back. There are increasing numbers of Hebrew Israelites all over the world, from Asia to Africa, from Mexico to Germany. There are Hebrew Israelites that are coming together as a nation and as a family, and you are needed. You are needed to take your place as the educator of your families, your sons, your daughters. So we want you to enroll in Navi Beit University so that you can take your place in the kingdom. Now is the time to prepare to create Hebraically centered scholarly materials to educate others, to teach your family, to teach your sons, your daughters, to teach the young, to teach the old, and to bring them into the knowledge of the Most High. The Most High is gathering us together as He has promised. So enroll in Navi Beit University, connect with the administrator and the registrars, and enroll today for just $35 for a bachelor's per month, or $45 for a master's, or even enroll in the doctorate's program. You can get a degree with a Hebraic focus at Navi Beit University. Hebraic education, undergraduate, graduate, and specialty courses. All right, I'm back. So, hey, let's see what you all are talking about in this here chat room. Okay, we are back. Peace and blessings. Hey, Gilly is with us. Peace and blessings to you, my brother. I hope that you are, I hope that you are well, you are good. And, let me give some shouts out. Let me give some shouts out to the family. Of course, the first one here was my brother from another mother, Bergen Paris. He's here, yes, and Josh and Penny, also here. Peace and blessings to you. Gilly is here. Gilbert St. John is here. Roderick Huggy, peace and blessings to you. Oh, you're back on American soil. All right. All praises to the Most High for bringing you back safely. Glad that you are here, my brother. Glad that you are here. Who else do we have? Who else did I see? Repentant and Saved is here. Peace and blessings to you as well. To who else did I see? Yeah, Jermaine, peace and blessings to you, my brother. Glad that you're here. Glad that you're here, sir. Also, did I see who else? Jacqueline E. Bugs is here. All right. Peace and blessings to you. Let's see. Did I miss anyone? Mariska Parker. Hey, the lovely Mariska Parker's here. Bless you, my sister. Glad you're here. My family's here. All right. So, hey, let me see who else. My sister Kanaya Israel. Peace and blessings to you, my sister. Glad that you are here. Our Minister of Health and Wellness. All right, you know what? I think that is everyone. Now, you know what I'm going to do, fam? I'm going to open this up for questions. Now's the time. Ask your question or state your comment. You can feel free, and yes, feel free to address the topic tonight. And we're going to go ahead and just let you do that, okay? So the phone line is open. Yeah, the phone line is open. And we want to just give you just a few moments here to go ahead and state your comment or your question, or just say, hey, you know what, Maury, I'm glad to see you. Hey, I'd be glad to see you too, right? I want to hug my family, every last one of y'all. So hey, we're going to open it up for questions. Now is the time for you to ask. And so, of course, this is talking about the subject and topic for tonight. If you've already stated a question, please restate it right now in the chat. I'm going to see rather than having me search all through all the hundreds of or 100 comments, let's go ahead, restate your question, and then I will, of course, address it. If you are listening and looking at me right now and you have not subscribed, subscribe, okay? Subscribe to this channel. As you can see, yes, we love the Most High. We are Hebrew, and yes, we are a different brand. We are a different flavor. There's not too many like us. We know that we are one of a kind, and we are just excited and delighted to be who we are, and we want you to come with us. We are focusing on our Hebraic spirituality. We're not fighting over who has the right kind of fringes, who does this right, or we're not fighting amongst one another, but we are embracing each other as family, loving each other, and then we're moving forward into a greater practice and level of expression of our divine spirituality that the Most High has given us. We are embracing His spirituality and being more like the Most High. This is our desire. This is what we are going to do. So that being the case, hey, we want you to come with us. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. Okay, we meet on this day, Yom Revi'i, also on Yom Shabbat. We meet and for Shabbat morning coffee, and you would like it. I believe that you would like it. We have a number of different segments. We have a main topic, and so we invite you to join us and to be with us. So again, I'm Melchior Uriel, and we want to make absolutely sure that you connect with us. Also, feel free to share some of our videos, share some of them, right? And all right, I am allowing there to be some time for questions and comments, but I do not see any. I don't see any questions. I don't see any comments. And so we'll give it just a couple more minutes. And then, hey, we'll let you enjoy the rest of your evening. Okay? I want to thank you all for being with me. Thank you for giving me your time. Thank you for giving me your attention. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and... All right, I guess every heart and mind is clear. So we're going to go ahead and, yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to bid you adieu. Again, I'm Melchior Uriel. This is Yom Revi'i. I'm so glad that you are with us. Peace and blessings to you. I pray that the Most High keep you. We're so close. We're closer to Shabbat. We are closer to Shabbat. And we do have... we have a phone call. Okay, let's grab this phone call. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Yom Revi'i Tov. Hey.
Maury, how you doing? How you doing?
Man, I am so glad that you are back over. I'm glad that you're back home.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm like, nobody said anything? I'm like, oh my gosh, let me say something. Thank you, everybody. Shout out to each and every person. It's good to be back on American soil as much as I miss Africa. I got to be honest. I miss Africa.
Really, really.
Yes. It's a different experience. Yeah.
Well, what is it? What is it about it that you miss? Is it the climate? Is it the climate and the people? Is it the food? Is what? I mean, can you pinpoint what it is that you miss? Are you there? Okay, I can't hear you, bro. If you're talking, I can't hear you. I don't know if you've muted your mic or what.
Oh, my face, yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, it's the I apologize. It's everything. It's the people, the weather, it's everything. The culture, especially in Gambia, it's a totally different experience. With Burkina Faso, the only difference is it's hot, extremely hot there. But it's very, very, it's an eye-opening when you go to Africa. It makes you want to come back.
Yeah.
It opens your mind to investment when when you go to Africa, if you have that kind of mindset.
Okay.
It's beautiful. But at the same time, I said that I'm going to say with the same breath, it's good to be back on American soil because the time difference and with the classes and everything. So it's like, it had to be back.
Yeah.
Even though it was for a cause, my aunt passed away, but I had to come back. I knew I was going to come back eventually, but I came back sooner than expected.
Oh wow!
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, may the Most High bless you to get back there, man. May He bless you to get back there.
I'm going back. It's good to come back. Thank you, Maury, for keeping in touch with me while I was over there, and thank you to each and every person and those who reach out to me through the class. Thanks to the elders as well. But I want to ask you something, Maury.
Yes.
How do you feel about the whole? It bothers me. The media is pushing this. About the death of the Pope.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. The media is, but the way that I feel about it is, well, okay. So first off, I understand what it means for a lot of people. I mean, there are a lot of people that really do believe that he is the quote-unquote vicar of Christ. He is basically Christ on earth, and their representative has died. To them, it's like Moses being here and dying. It's like King David being with us and dying. So I understand that there are many people that are really believing in this and really have their faith and their expectations wrapped in this, and for him to die, I mean, yeah, that's shaking up a lot of people within that religion. Yet at the same time, there have been some I'm gonna say theories, or I don't know, some people might say conspiracies, that they said he was going to be the last pope, and after him there's not going to be another pope, and they're saying that he's going to be the last pope, and of course Trump's going to be the last president. It's interesting right along now to see what is going to happen, because normally someone would succeed a dead pope, and they do have a process that they go through. They have this long voting process and everything that they do. So it's interesting to see what's really going to play out with this, and whether or not some of these so-called prophecies are going to come to pass. Something like, like the whole world is supposed to end, and that's going to be the last pope, and Trump's going to be the last president, and everything's just going to, I mean, these are interesting times in which we live. So, is it true? Well, I feel as if we have a different destiny. We've got, they have their narrative and their agenda and their expectations, and we have ours. Ours are built upon the Tanakh, the word of the Most High, and so we stand upon that. But they're allowed to have their own desires, experiences, and wishes, and you know what? We're not going to take that away from them.
Okay, because I have something I wanted to share. I can't go into full details. When I was in Burkina Faso, I believe somebody, I know people there who in the ranking, I met some people. He reached out he personally dispatched someone to meet up with Ibrahim Traore.
Oh my.
Yeah. So,
wow.
Due to the fact, he dispatched somebody, literally a high-ranking official, to meet up with Ibrahim Traore. There's certain details I can't talk about over the phone, but he dispatched certain people. I mean, that person with a whole bodyguard from, Anyway, the question is, is with the process, due to the fact that we are waking up, Africa's waking up.
Yes.
Due to the fact you've been teaching about prophecy, I'm asking There's a possibility the Most High might be revealing something to you, maybe in a couple of days or tonight or when He will. But it's just like the insight I was seeking in that regards, because He literally dispatched somebody before, right before I believe when He was sick, but He knew He was going to die anyway. Said He dispatched somebody, and also the Vice President of the United States went and visited him the day before his passing. So I was wondering what do you think of that, and maybe you don't have the answer today, and maybe you'll have it another time in regards to that fact, because as well the scripture said we got to keep our eyes, we got to watch.
Yes.
We got to watch everything that's going on. So I just wanted to know some insight on that, and okay. The teaching tonight also was powerful because what you said was 100%. Meditation. I was kind of skeptical about meditation because they give a negative. Let me go ahead back to the teaching. A negative narration of meditation, because it said that meditate is kind of yoga, it's kind of off the wall. That's what Christianity taught you. So I have to confess. Please forgive me. I still had that in the back of my head, like, and meditation.
Yeah.
You know, so
well, the way
you give scripture to back it up, and I'm like, oh, that's true. You know,
and
that is true.
And what the Most High wants us to do is different than what the world is saying that we should do. The Most High says, I want you to infill your mind, I want you to fill your heart, your spirit, your mind with my word and with what I am doing for you. In other words, our experience, our relationship, I want you to think about that and fill your mind with that and understand that when you do that, I'm going to bring about a transformation of who you are. I'm going to bless you. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to do all of this, but I'm keeping you in a spiritual safe place.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm saying I'm going in deep with that meditation now from now on, because it's true. When you read in the Psalms, David speaks of meditation in the book of Joshua as well.
Yes.
He mentioned about meditation.
Yes, exactly.
So,
exactly.
We need to focus on that. Thank you so much, Ian. Like I said, it was good to be back. Last Wednesday, I was on a long flight. That's why I missed.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
Yeah. I was on a long flight coming back, and then Shabbat, that's when my aunt passed, so I couldn't really. I had a funeral. I had to deal with the funeral.
Yeah.
I apologize to everybody for my absence, and everybody have a good night, and thank you for having me on.
All right. Well, bless you, my brother. I'm glad that you're back. May the Most High bless you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Shalom. All right. Glad that my brother's back. He's back. And so with that being the case, hey, peace and blessings to each and every one of you. Thank you all once again for your time, again for your attention. The two most precious things you could ever give me. I do give praise to the Most High. Be blessed. May He smile upon you. May He keep you. And Yah willing, we will see you right back here for Shabbat Morning Coffee. I'm Malki Uriel, and yes, this has been Yom Revi'i. It's been Yom Revi'i, the fourth day, and we are delighted. We're glad that this has been the fourth day, and hey, we'll catch you later.